Hi students, welcome to Chakravarti e-classroom. Today we are going to discuss a fantastic question from Time and Distance chapter. You can expect this type of questions in many competitive exams across the country, either at prelims or mains level depending upon the difficulty level of that examination. See, this question can be done very easily without writing anything on the paper also, provided if you know the concept of time, speed and distance in a proper way. In the previous session, I have given a trick students how to solve this type of questions. I have given the link of that video in the description box. I advise you to watch that video first before going for this one because I explained that shortcut in a crystal clear way for you. Anyway, I am going to explain that one here also in a nutshell. By the way, students, coming to the difficulty level of this one, we can categorize that one as a moderate difficulty level. Alright, and as far as the timing is concerned, if you know the shortcut in a proper way, it can be done within a maximum of 30 to 45 seconds without writing anything on the paper. Then how to go for it? Okay, right. I'll just give you the clear idea of that one, how to apply the shortcut. Okay, now read the question properly. Two places X and Y are 132 kilometers apart. Just analyze the question while reading only. Simple information, X and Y are there and the distance is 132 kilometers. Then two men A and B started at the same time. Very important thing. They started at the same time with from where X with 10 and 12 kilometers per hour respectively towards Y. Okay, you can easily visualize that one in your mind. No need to write anything on the paper. Of course, I'll draw the diagram for your convenience, but here in the mind only you have to do that. After that, B reached Y, obviously, because B speed is more than that of A. He will definitely reach Y or the destination earlier than A. B reached Y and returned immediately. That means he has not stopped there. His journey was not interrupted, reached Y and returned immediately and met A at place Z on the way. Still A is like coming from X to Y. B reached Y, returned on the way and met A at Z. That is what they have given. Then what is the distance between X and Z? Fantastic question, students. If you use algebra, it will take not less than 2 to 3 minutes. I'm telling you how to do it very simply. Just focus on this one. Okay, right. Now let us replicate that one. I'll convert that one as a diagram. Simple one. This is place X and this is place Y. The distance is 132 kilometers. A and B both started from here with the 10 and 12 kilometers per hour respectively. As B speed is more than that of A, B reached Y. He has not stopped there. He returned immediately and met A somewhere here. Now you see, B is coming from this side, A is coming from this side. The place name they have given as Z. Here, both started together. That means from here, this distance is covered from here. A covered this distance as well as B to up to Z. Then A, like on the way, by the time A reaches this place or reached this place, B went there, came back and met A at Z. Now they are asking what is the distance between X and Z. See students, if you know the relationship among time, speed and distance, this question is a cakewalk for you. How? What is the relationship between speed and distance here? Why I am taking speed and distance, students, here? To solve this question, you see, total 132 kilometers distance is there. That is being covered by A and B together. They went from here to here, again here to here, come back here. That means the total distance covered by both of them is 132 into 2 times. I'll explain you that. Anyway, that means distance has come into picture with the speeds of this 10 and 12 kilometers per hour. So let us take the relationship between speed and distance. Then easily you can apply the shortcut. What is the relationship between speed and distance, particularly when time is constant? What do you mean by time is constant? Both A and B started at the same time and they stopped at the same time. isn't it? A and B started here. B has not stopped here. Came back and met A here. By the time B comes here, A came to this place, both met here. That means they started at the same time, they stopped at the same time. That means time taken by A and B is equal. That means time is constant. Yes. When time is constant, speed and distance are directly proportional to each other. That means the more speed you go, the more distance you cover. The less speed you go, correspondingly less distance you cover. When time is constant, we can, in simple terms, we can say with the shortcut, it's a finding bias. Shortcut, we can say speed ratio can be equalized to distance ratio because both are directly proportional to each other. Now, I can get speed ratio from the question. I'll equalize that one to distance ratio, then I have the total distance. Easily I can find out distance between x and z without writing anything on the paper. Okay, now I am applying the shortcut, you see. What is the speed ratio? I am writing speed ratio here of A and B. A is 10 kilometers per hour. B is 12 kilometers per hour. In the simplest terms, 2 5s, 2 6. This is the speed ratio. Okay, what's the meaning of this one? If A goes with, or in this case in the past tense, if A went with 5 kilometers per hour, correspondingly B went with 6 kilometers per hour, isn't it? Now, since time is constant, speed ratio can be equalized to distance ratio. Simple. What do you mean by distance ratio of A and B in this transaction? 5:6. That means if A covered 5 kilometers distance in this journey, B must cover 6 kilometers at the same time. Now we got the idea? If A covered 5 kilometers, B must cover 6 kilometers. Okay, now apply unitary method to find out the distance from here to here. But before applying that one, students, one thing should be very clear. Now you tell me, anybody who is watching this video, tell me immediately how much distance is covered in total by A and B together in this case. I repeat the question, how much distance is covered by A and B together in this case? We must say the distance covered by both of them in this case is 132 into 2 times. Isn't it? Not only 132 into 2 times. Why that is so? Because A covered from here to here, this distance is covered by A as well as B also, because B overtook A on the way here. Means this distance is covered 2 times. One time A covered, B also covered. Then this distance is covered by B, going one time, coming back one time. This is also covered 2 times. That means on the whole, total 132 into 2 kilometers are being covered by A and B together in this case. Got the idea? 132 into 2. Now students, if we go with the imaginary numbers, if A covers 5 kilometers, B covers 6 kilometers in the total journey, isn't it? Means the sum of these two. Total distance covered here is 6 plus 5, 11. Okay, I started with the imaginary numbers, the smallest numbers here. If A covered 5, B covered 6, in total they have covered 11 kilometers. Right? Now, unitary method here. If the total is 11 kilometers, A's share is 5 kilometers. That means out of this 11 kilometers in total, A covered 5, B covered 6. Now they are asking the question, what is the distance between X and Y, X and Z? This distance is covered by A as well as B, but B covered this distance also. Now to find out what is the distance between X and Z, if I know how much distance is covered by A here from X to Z, that is going to be your answer. Alright, now out of these 11 kilometers, if the total is 11, A's share is 5. Now here total distance covered by them is 132 into 2 times. In this 132 into 2 times, that is 264, what is the share of A? Only from here to here. That is what exactly they asked for. What is distance between X and Z? Now here, if total is 11, A's share is 5, total is, keep the figures like this only, total is 132 into 2, what is the share of A? Simply my answer is 132 into 2 by 11 into 5. Simple. Okay, how many times it should be? 11 once, and this is 11 once, 11 two times, over. So my answer is 12 into 2 into 5. 2 into 5 is 10. 12 into 10 is 120. I'll write here final answer 120 kilometers. How simple, students, this one. Okay, to explain this one, I took this much time. I think like 7-8 minutes I have taken for this one. But if you know the concept, clearly I'm telling you, it's a peanut for you. While reading the question only, you can visualize this one. I need A's share. Now speed ratio can be equalized to distance ratio. That is 5 is to 6. 6 plus 5, 11. If 11 is there, A's share is 5. And total distance traveled by both of them 132 2 times. If that is the case, what is the share of A? That's going to be your answer. Now here, out of this distance, students, 132 and 132, A covered only 120. From here to here, 120 A covered. Now remaining distance 264 minus 120 is covered by B. How? From here to here and here to here. X to Z, Z to Y, Y to Z. This is the distance covered by B, which is equal to 264 minus 120. Now got the idea? Whatever the question they may ask based on this data, if you know the method, you can do very, very easily. Hope this is clear for all of you students, and I hope you have learnt a new technique. The new students I am talking about, you must have got a new technique. You just apply this one for this type of time and distance questions. Thank you very much, students. I'll meet you in the next session with some other technique.